We were no longer an ordinary family. And we soon realized we weren't alone.
You're not just reading thoughts, you're creating them, placing them in people's minds.
Please, just put the gun down and walk away.
I'm gonna put the gun down. I'm gonna walk away.
You think Dr. King is in charge? This is so much bigger than any of you think.
Dr. King, this is the patient we were telling you about. Terminal lymphoma, no option beyond dying behind bars. If you agree, we can prepare the injection.
I do agree. We have no choice but to aid this man in his recovery. But I'd like someone else to oversee this case.
And it's someone we can trust.
That's exactly what I intend to find out.
Sphere. Circle. Oh, circle life. No. Okay.
Rings! Lord of the Rings!
Yes!
Yes!
Finally, somebody. Yes. Okay, who's next? Jim, want to give it another whirl?
I'd love to, but it's getting a little late, isn't it?
You're right. We should have been playing categories 20 minutes ago!
Stephanie?
She just got out of a relationship. She needs to be around people.
Do those people have to be us?
She's heartbroken. Imagine what I'd be like if you left me. She'd be there for me.
She would never have to be.
Speaking of friends with boundary issues.
Hello, George.
How's it going? Katie leave yet?
Nope. We're about to start a great game of categories.
If you're looking for an excuse to get out of there, it's not much but a silent alarm.
Just tripped over at the Soda Pharmacy.
Sold. I owe you, George.
Stop! Somebody stop him! Call 911. Stop that guy! Hey!
What the hell?
I could prosecute this for my lazy boy. Store video has Jonah Stevens in black and white. You do the rest.
Yeah, right. There's just one thing I don't understand. Why this guy would rob a pharmacy? And I looked at his file. He's the father of 2, certified financial planner, youth soccer coach. Why did that guy steal cough syrup?
You know what people use cough syrup for, right?
Coughs?
Sometimes. But one of the active ingredients is also used to manufacture crystal meth.
Most meth heads I know don't coach youth soccer.
Okay, well, maybe he's a dealer. Or, you know, maybe he just likes the taste of cherry cough syrup. I don't know, but I know he's guilty of something. Jim, you've done your job. Go, let me do mine.
Excuse me, George?
Mr. St. Cloud, ADA St. Cloud. George is cool.
I was wondering if you had a moment to discuss the Jonah Stevens case.
Should have known he's lawyered up already.
No, I'm not his lawyer. I'm just a friend who hates to see a good man unfairly accused of anything.
There's nothing unfair about these accusations. Mr. Stevens was caught on tape. We have testimony from 3 employees. We found a gun in his vehicle.
Yeah, well, the evidence does sound compelling. But if you don't mind, perhaps I could offer you another way of looking at this case.
What's this?
That's the medical history of Lucas Winnick.
Oh, stage 4 lymphoma?
It's a terminal case beyond the hope of traditional medicine, I'm afraid. You said that you wanted to be part of my experiment, to see the healing effects of the trilcetum. Mr. Winnick provides that opportunity.
But the side effects?
What we're working on here is a way of minimizing those effects. With your help, I think we can. Unless you're having second thoughts about joining our team.
No, not at all. No, I'm happy to be on board. Count me in.
Okay.
Hey, what happened to you? I thought we were meeting in the club.
I'm sorry, my dad called me from jail. Damn, I can't afford another tardy.
Mr. Minor. Miss Powell?
Sorry, we're late. We lost track of time.
3rd time this week Mr. Minor has lost track of time. Detention, 1 week.
1 week?
But his dad called and he had to talk to him.
Miss Powell, this doesn't concern you.
I have a job after school. If I miss a whole week, they'll fire me.
Perhaps you can spend your time in detention reading the classified ads.
Miss Varon?
What, Miss Powell?
Chris doesn't deserve detention. Just give him one last warning.
Maybe you don't deserve detention, but consider this your last warning. Now find your seats.
Didn't know you were here.
Yeah, I wasn't up for another Spartacus marathon with Katie.
Hey, what do you think? Stripes, chartreuse. I've got a date with maybe the coolest girl ever, man. Met her at the precinct this morning right after you left.
That one, I guess. Okay. I meant to ask you, how'd the bail hearing go with that cough syrup guy?
What enough evidence to make the case? Her name is Sophie Adler. Isn't that beautiful? Kind of girl.
What do you mean, not enough evidence? This morning, George, you said it was open and shut, a slam dunk.
I make mistakes. I'm not saying I do it all the time, but it does happen.
But there was a security camera.
That grainy black and white video.
Eyewitness testimony.
Totally unreliable. Hey, I'm taking Sophie to this brand new gastropub downtown. Hope it's not too trendy.
What about finding another one?
Gastropub?
Witness!
Jim, will you relax? Even I can't close every single case. Oh, man, I don't want to be late. Look, wish me luck, man, because I've never felt this way about a woman before, including the ones I've married. Do me a favor? Lock up and don't power down. Sophie, the door was open, so I let myself in. I buzzed, but I wasn't sure that your buzzer was buzzing. These are for you. Hope you like roses. You like roses?
They're beautiful.
I made us a dinner reservation, but if you're not hungry, we can have drinks before, and if you don't drink, they got something else for us to do.
Dinner sounds lovely. But before we go, there's just one small thing I'm going to need you to do for me first.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, sir. There's a 2-bottle limit on cough syrup. Store policy.
Is there something that we can do about that policy? Bag it.
Hope you're having a nice date, George.
Robbery in progress. Units needed at Spring and Colson to settle pharmacy.
What's going on? Where'd he go? I'm with the cops.
Well, you're too late. I was robbed again. Second time this week. Stole cold medicine. Freaking meth heads.
Did you get a good look at him? Because I'm a sketch artist, so if you can give me a description.
Now you're a sketch artist? I thought you were a cop.
I'm versatile. Just tell me what he looked like.
Well, he was about 5'10", African-American, shaved head, perfect teeth.
Jimbo.
Hey, does this guy look familiar to you?
No, but he's a hell of a good-looking guy. What? I'm secure enough with my masculinity to recognize a good-looking man when I see one?
This is my sketch. This is my sketch from the guy who knocked over the market last night. And if you squint your eyes a little bit, he kind of looks a little bit like...
Kobe Bryant?
You. Where were you last night?
You seriously asking me if...
No, of course not. It's just that the perp was wearing a brown suit with a chartreuse tie, just like you wore yesterday. And you got to admit, that's a little bit of a...
Huge coincidence, because I was out on a date last night, remember?
Oh, that's right, with your dream girl, yeah.
Yes! Hottest alibi ever. And she's even more amazing than I thought. Girl smells like angel food cake, but she tastes like French toast.
She sounds fattening.
We're going to dinner again tonight. You know what? Why don't you and Stephanie join us? I really want you guys to meet her. Look, I know it sounds fast, but I think she's the one. Trust me.
Dad, hold up.
Hey, what's up?
I wanted to ask you, how did you talk Miss Varen out of giving me attention?
Oh, I can be very persuasive. Doesn't hurt that I'm class president.
Right, I've seen you do that before. Persuade people.
Like when?
Like the night that guy mugged us. You said something, he just put his gun away and walked off.
Right. Found me out. I'm really a Jedi master. Let's go to lunch.
Look, this may sound crazy, but after I talked to my dad yesterday, he said he thinks there's something different about your parents. That your father's super strong, and that your mom's like really fast. And I started thinking about how maybe you might have some sort of ability to, I don't know, control people.
Stop. Just stop asking questions about my family. Let's go to lunch.
We should go get lunch. Yeah, I'm starving. Come on.
You pushed him? I cannot believe that you mind controlled your boyfriend.
He was suspicious about our abilities, and I panicked. I just wanted to have him stop asking questions.
And it worked.
Well, yeah, but now I feel terrible.
Why? Because he only had 2 thoughts in his mind and now he has 1? You know what? You're right. You did the right thing. You had no choice. We have to protect our family. Although, it has to make you wonder, how long is it going to last?
What do you mean?
I mean, you made him stop asking questions, but you can't make the suspicions themselves disappear.
Why not?
The course of logic that caused the questioning is still in his memory. At some point, a synapse will refire and he'll ask again. But if you've done it once, you can always do it again, right?
Look, it's an impossible situation. Dr. King wants me to inject one of his patients with the serum.
Steph, you can't be responsible for giving a criminal superpowers.
He's not much of a criminal. I read the file King gave me. All this guy's done is bounce one too many checks.
But you can't pretend that this stuff doesn't have side effects.
But King has to trust me. Otherwise, he'll never let me in, and then we'll never know what we're up against.
I don't know. That's a whole lot of responsibility.
Jim, don't you remember what Joshua told us? King answers to someone. And until we find out who, I have to do whatever it takes to keep his trust.
You're going to inject the patient?
You know what? Let's both of us not worry about this tonight and just go and enjoy our double date. So, who's this woman George is seeing anyway?
Amazing, isn't she? How could you not fall in love with such a vision?
So, when did you two first meet?
About 24 hours ago.
It's our day anniversary. Happy day anniversary, babe.
I know what you're thinking. But when you know exactly what you want, it doesn't take long to know you found it. And George knows what he wants.
That I do.
Oh, sorry. Is that red? I only drink white.
Take this away and let's get a bottle of Chardonnay, okay?
George, I kind of think you liked white wine.
I didn't until Sophie showed me how wonderful it can be.
Besides, everyone knows white goes better with lobster. We are getting lobster, right?
Absolutely, I love lobster.
No, you don't. You're allergic to shellfish.
Since when?
Don't you remember? Super Bowl 2004, one shrimp and your tongue swelled up like the game ball.
Wasn't that bad.
I spent the whole night with you in the ER.
Precautionary.
Honey, if you're allergic, let's get something else.
No, my baby wants lobster. I'm gonna get the biggest one they have.
Like I said, the man knows what he wants.
Hey, can I talk to you for a second? Now?
Yeah. Did I lie or what?
What is going on with you?
You don't like Sophie?
I don't know Sophie, and neither do you. And no one celebrates their day anniversary.
You know, I think you're jealous.
What?
I think you miss having this kind of spark in your own
I
marriage.
was just looking out for you. Like if I hadn't thrown away that drawing I made, the police would be all over you right now. I covered for you.
You didn't cover for me because I didn't do anything. If you think something's wrong with me, what the hell's wrong with you? Babe, can we get the hell out of here now?
I don't understand. Something happened with your friend?
He's not my friend. Friends don't accuse friends of grand theft. Apparently there was a robbery last night and the perp looked like me.
So Jim is a cop?
He's not a cop. What he is a sketch artist who's always trying to impress the real cop with the evidence that he finds. A real badge bunny, that's what he is.
I get it. I get how guys are. We just started dating and he's just being protective of you. Maybe I didn't make the best first impression. You wait for the car. I'll go try and smooth things over.
I do not trust that woman. She's got some sort of strange hold over him. She's manipulative and controlling. And Sophie.
Listen, Jim, Stephanie, I just wanted to say it was lovely meeting you two. Maybe we can do it again sometime.
Oh, well, we're kind of
Sure,
busy.
of course.
Well, I hope your schedule opens up soon.
It was lovely to meet you too, Sophie. I look forward to seeing you again real soon.
Yeah, I was thinking. You were right. George was just showing off for that Sophie woman.
I don't know if I'd call it showing off. Men will do some pretty crazy things with their love, Stephanie.
Oh, it's not love. I mean, George has just fallen for something sexy and fast. Sophie may as well be a Corvette.
That's not very nice. I think Sophie's great.
What? Wait, an hour ago you didn't trust her because she had some sort of strange hold over George. Now suddenly she's great?
Well, that's because I never got a chance to bond with Sophie one-on-one. But now I totally get what George sees in her.
Oh, yeah? What's that?
Well, Sophie's the most beautiful woman I've ever seen in my life. Good night, Steph.
Oh, great. Are you still hanging out after school?
Listen, we need to talk.
You do realize that saying we need to talk to your girlfriend has ominous connotations?
It's not about me and you. It's about you and your family.
My family?
This may sound nuts, but I think your family has abilities.
No. We're just a normal, boring family. So how about we stop talking about this and go get something to eat?
You know what? I've got a good idea. Let's stop talking about this. Go get something to eat.
Good plan.
Look, Daphne, I need to say something about you and your family. I know this may sound crazy, but I think your family has abilities.
No, we don't. We're just a normal family.
Why don't we go hang out at the mall?
You know, I was thinking we should go hang out at the mall.
Love that idea.
Karen, let's change things up a little bit and examine some of our land acquisitions. Some of our
Yes?
This may sound crazy, but I think your family has...
Jim, what a surprise.
I guess I could make some lame excuse why I'm at your doorstep, but the truth is, I couldn't stop thinking about you.
Come in.
Baby, you're so fine. You're so fine.
Are those for me?
Who else would they be for?
I don't know. Maybe your wife?
My wife?
Hey, Jim, what are you doing at my girl's house?
I'm sorry, George. I just can't help it. I think I'm in love with her.
What are you talking about, man? You know how I feel about Sophie.
Yeah? I don't see any ring on her finger.
Yeah, but I see a ring on yours, so step off.
Oh, yeah? Yeah. Well, what's going to happen? What are you going to do about it?
Jim,
Boys.
No, back off my girl or I will seriously hurt you.
Please. You and I both know you can't do that. Nothing can.
Jim, you are going to really...
How did you do that?
Oh, there's lots of stuff I can do that you don't know about Sophie. Amazing stuff.
That is good to hear. Because I can use a man who can do amazing stuff. Have you ever heard of MREs?
It's the food the Army uses to feed the soldiers.
They use these heating packets to warm up the MREs. I would love it if you would, say, get me 4 boxes of those heating packets.
Coming right up.
Stop! Identify yourself!
Don't shoot.
Stop!
Daphne, JJ, dinner will be ready in 5 minutes.
So far, public officials are only releasing minor details, but what we have gathered is earlier this evening, a hooded figure entered the facility.
I'm late.
Oh, honey, I'm so worried about you. You had your cell off, and I didn't hear from you all day.
I had my hands full.
Well, I called the precinct, and they said you didn't come in. What were you doing that kept you busy all day?
Hello?
If you're with your wife, pretend I'm George.
Hello, George.
Did you do me my little favor yet?
Of course I did.
Would you mind bringing me those boxes, Jim?
Sure. I'll bring them right over. I can't wait to see you, George.
I have to go meet George.
Oh, but dinner's ready.
Dinner can wait, but George can't.
Sophie, here I come.
Who's Sophie?
Oh, she's the woman that your Uncle George was dating. Why?
Well, I know I shouldn't have, but I read Dad's mind, and why is he going to see George's girlfriend?
I don't know. But I'm gonna go find out. You are amazing. Carrying those heavy things like they're boxes of crackers.
I can do a lot more than just that.
And you will, I promise. But in the meantime, why don't I show you how appreciative I can be?
Jim, have you lost your mind?
No. In fact, I'm seeing things more clearly than ever. And Sophie, she's shown me what I've been missing all these years. I know this is hard for you to accept.
Whoa, hard to accept. No, Jim, you're abandoning me, your family, your kids.
Well, what can I say? The heart wants what the heart wants.
And what about me? What, am I just supposed to pretend that the past 18 years never happened?
One day, maybe we can be friends.
Whoa. You want to go be with your soulmate? Then go be with her. This was our family, Jim, and you ruined it. I hope she's worth it.
She is.
Sophie, I would have hoped that you'd be further along with this project by now.
The plan's on schedule. As soon as I have all the components, I'll move on to the next phase.
King's getting sloppy. All these supers running around the city. It's bad for business. So, have you found someone to deliver the package to King yet?
The perfect candidate, actually. Don't worry, I have everything taken care of.
You better. Because I don't handle this weapon very well.
Jimbo, what's up, man? We holding a slumber party or something?
Look, I'm sorry about what happened earlier, but I really need a place to crash. Stephanie kind of kicked me out.
Was she hosting book club, then what, you eating up all the mini quiche?
No, she kicked me out for real, because of Sophie.
Sophie? Why does that name sound familiar?
Because you introduced us, and I can't thank you enough, George.
Oh, all right. I'm sorry, I just feel like I got hit by a bus. Sore all over, don't really remember why or anything about the last couple of days.
Here's what you missed. I met a wonderful girl, we fell in love, and we're gonna be together.
You did what?
Yeah, that's why I need to crash on your couch. Well, at least until we find a place together.
Well, wait, slow your roll here, Romeo. This is insane. What about your family? What about Stephanie?
Stephanie's really a good girl. I hope she finds love again someday. I really do.
You know what? I am happy that you are including me in your little midlife crisis, but why don't we just lay low for a while until we can make sense of some things?
Okay.
I'll make sense of this for you. My dad lost his mind and left us for some girl that he just met.
I know that that's what it seems like, but I don't think that's the entire story.
How come?
Well, it's not appropriate for me to discuss the particulars with you. When will your mom get home?
I'm not sure, but this is my dad I'm talking about. You know the guy my mom tore out of all these photos?
Here's the thing that I don't get. They're saying that I introduced him to this Sophie, and I don't even recall meeting her.
Meeting her? You were dating her.
What?
Yeah. According to my mom, you were talking about marrying her until Dad swooped in.
Your dad stole a girl from me. Okay, see, I know something's crazy now.
So wait, you don't remember any of this?
Unless Sophie had me under some kind of love spell, no.
That's it. Like pheromones.
That stuff really exists, man. I was just talking out my ass.
Humans emit pheromones that trigger signals of attraction to the opposite sex. It's scientifically sound. Maybe Sophie figured out how to chemically enhance hers. Question is why?
Your brain is so beautiful. You know what? I will let you know if you're right after I check out Sophie's place.
Wait, I'm going with you.
Dude, if I let you go with me, you can't tell your mother, you can't tell your father, you better not tell your sister.
Dude, shut up. Let's just go.
Is everything all right, Stephanie? You seem preoccupied.
I apologize, Dr. King. It's a family matter.
I trust everything's okay with you and Jim.
I appreciate your concern. Everything's fine.
Well, if you ever need a shoulder to lean on, I'm at your disposal. I hope you know that I care about you very much. I see you're awake. Dr. Powell, this is our patient, Lucas Winnick. Dr. Powell will be administering your trilcetin therapy this afternoon.
And what does that mean? What's she gonna do?
The treatment consists of a single injection. It's no worse than a flu shot.
Then what happens to me? I mean, afterwards.
Well, why don't I let Dr. Powell address your concerns?
He's just gonna fix me, Dr. Powell.
I know it's scary, Mr. Winnick, the notion of facing your own mortality. You're very brave.
But you don't have to be. I guarantee this treatment will make you feel better than you ever thought possible.
See? Aren't you glad you brought me up? Who else do you know that can pick a lock?
Just about every other guy that I put away. Look at that. What does your genius brain say about this? Does this add up to some kind of super pheromone?
Okay, I have bad news and worse news. The bad news is, this stuff doesn't make pheromones, so what's ever going on with my dad, it's not because of some love potion.
Your dad's lost his mind and you're telling me there's worse news.
Yeah. These chemicals combine to form the same compound that the London subway bombers are planning to use. And judging by the volume, it's enough to bring down a building. A big one.
So what, Sophie's some kind of super hot blonde bombshell bomb maker? But what does she need your dad for?
Take that. Be careful, it's delicate.
Are you gonna tell me what's inside this?
Just a present. for an old friend. There's an area on the roof that's just between two large propane tanks. If you could slip that package into that spot, then I could stop worrying about my old friend and spend all my time thinking about YOU.
I'll miss you.
Hurry back, sweetheart.
Vitals are stable.
Dr. Powell, is everything in order? Where it's completely normal. He's having a stage 7 reaction. Let's hold him down firmly. Well done, Stephanie.
I'm gonna get some air.
Hello?
Hey, Steph, I'm sorry to bother you, but we kind of got a situation here.
Don't you normally call Jim for these things?
Looks like Jim might be in over his head. They just broke into Sophie's apartment, and it seems like she's building some kind of bomb.
Military grade.
George, why did you take JJ to that woman's apartment?
I was worried about that. We need to find him before something happens.
Okay, all right, so you're saying that Jim decided to leave me for a terrorist.
I don't think Jim decided anything. It's like Sophie brainwashed him.
At first, we thought that she was creating a love potion by replicating pheromones.
You don't think she's a super, do you?
It would explain why Jim's behaving like Charlie Sheen.
And it would mean I still have a chance to save my marriage.
There. I just triangulated Jim's cell phone signal. He's at 1000 Pacific Parkway.
1000 Pacific Parkway. That's where I am. Jim, what are you doing here?
You shouldn't have followed me.
Well, I didn't follow you. What's in the bag? Open it.
Sophie told me not to, and I trust her.
Listen to me. She's infected you somehow, and you're not thinking clearly.
Love can do that to a man.
I don't know how or why you're doing this, but please just leave my husband alone.
Last I heard, he wasn't interested in being your husband. But he can speak for himself. Right, Jim?
I'm sorry, Stephanie. I've made my choice. I love Sophie.
Jim, stop it. Right, what you're feeling isn't real. She's controlling you with pheromones. I think the other night I thought you were wearing really cheap perfume.
Men seem to like it, don't they? Now, Jim, it's time.
Jim.
You can't stop him or me.
You may have altered Jim's system to make him think that he's in love with you. But I can tell you that there's one thing stronger than chemical love. And that's true love. Sophie wants you to blow up the building. That's what this is about. She doesn't love you.
She's testing me. I have to do this to prove my love for her.
Don't do this! Whatever you feel for Sophie, it isn't real. You and me, we're real. 18 years of candlelit dinners, backyard football games, arguing over shelving units. Seeing your daughter born. JJ's first stitches, remember? I was so scared, and you held my hand, and you said everything was going to be okay. And I believed you. Because it's like you said. We fit. This is real.
Sophie, I feel alive. Passion.
For the record, this is passion.
Steph?
Jim. Welcome back.
I'm so sorry.
I'll run it out to the desert a few miles away before it explodes.
No, it's too dangerous. I got it.
Jim, be careful. It's about to explode.
How did you know? How did you know your kiss would break Sophie's spell?
I kissed you for me. I needed you to remember who we are together.
Well, let me remind you again.
Everything at Dr. King's facility appears to be status quo. No blast, no nothing.
I don't know what happened. I had everything planned out perfectly.
Sophie, is it really so hard to admit you made a mistake?
I'm so sorry.
There. That wasn't so difficult, was it? Don't worry. I'll be calling on you again. That's a promise.
Look, Daphne, I need to say something about you and your family. This may sound crazy, but I think your family has some kind of powers. Like, superpowers. I'm sorry. I know that sounds nuts.
Maybe it would. If it weren't true. My family has special abilities.
Wait, are you serious?
Yeah.
And you? What about you?
I hear people's thoughts. And I can make them think or not think certain things. Maybe I shouldn't have told you. And I totally get it. I mean, who would want a girlfriend who's a total freak anyway?
Wait, no. You trusted me enough to tell me your secret. Daphne, no one has ever trusted me with something that big before.
No one's ever made me want to trust them.
Can you guess what I'm thinking right now?
I might have some idea.
I'm sorry, I was looking for my patient, Lucas Winnick.
This was his room. He's no longer here.
What?
He's been transferred.
Where? I should have been notified.
Well, I don't know where he is, but I pray they put that son of a bitch back in prison.
But I thought he was out on parole.
Winnick is a cold-blooded murderer. He killed 4 people. He was on death row.
Thank you.
Amazing. And to think that a day ago you were at death's door. How do you feel?
Better than I've ever felt in my whole life. It is everything that you and Dr. Powell said it would be. And more.
I'm extremely interested in the more part. Well, that's a new one. Excellent.
What do I have to do for all this?
I will call upon you is necessary.
Mr. Winnick?
I know you.
I know you.
Well, you work with Dr. King?
Not exactly, but I know all your past work and some of your more recent accomplishments.
So what you want?
To offer you a job. My previous employee had to be terminated. But I feel sure you'll have no trouble clawing your way to the top of my organization. Hop in.
Greg, move your head.